History often remembers heroes and villains in simple terms. But real life is rarely that clear. Some stories exist in the space between justice and tragedy, between law and legend. This is one of those stories. The story of Helen Spence. Helen Ruth Spence was born in 1912 in Arkansas. Not in a hospital, but on a houseboat along the White River. She grew up among the river people, a community that lived apart from towns and cities, fishing, moving with the water, following their own rules. Life along the river was hard, isolated, and largely ignored by the outside world. Children grew up fast, and survival often mattered more than law. In 1930, when Helen was just 18 years old, her life changed forever. Her father was shot and killed. Her stepmother was badly wounded. The man accused of the crime was arrested and brought to trial. What happened next would make headlines across the country. As the jury stood to deliberate in the courtroom, Helen Spence stood up. She pulled out a pistol and shot the man accused of killing her father. In front of the judge, the jury, and a room full of witnesses. When it was over, Helen handed the gun to the sheriff. She did not run. She did not scream. She reportedly said very little. The nation was stunned. Some called her a murderer. Others called her a hero. Newspapers turned her into a symbol, a young woman delivering her own form of justice. Helen was convicted of second-degree murder. She was sent to prison. But public sympathy followed her. Letters poured in. Supporters argued she had done what the law could not. In 1933, after serving only a short time, Helen was paroled. But freedom did not last long. Just weeks later, Helen walked into a police station in Little Rock. She confessed to killing another man, a man she claimed had harassed and threatened her. She pleaded guilty to voluntary manslaughter. This time, the court sentenced her to 10 years. She was sent to the Arkansas State Farm for Women, a place known for harsh discipline and little mercy. Helen did not accept imprisonment quietly. She attempted to escape more than once. In one escape, she reportedly turned her prison uniform inside out, blended into a bus station, and simply walked away, only to be captured again. Each escape attempt brought punishment, physical punishment, isolation, and increasing scrutiny. Officials labeled her dangerous, unmanageable, a problem that needed controlling. In July of 1934, Helen escaped again, this time from a specially built holding cell. She didn't make it far. 2 prison officials encountered her walking along a rural road. She was shot and killed. She was only 22 years old. The men involved were cleared of wrongdoing, but questions lingered, as they still do today. Was Helen Spence a criminal, a victim of circumstance, or a symbol of a justice system that failed her from the beginning? Her funeral drew hundreds. Stories spread. Legends grew. Some claimed she was buried secretly. Others said her grave was left unmarked. Over time, Helen Spence became more than a person. She became folklore. Today, her story is studied not for shock, but for what it reveals. About justice, about gender, about how society treats those born outside its boundaries. Helen Spence's life reminds us that history is rarely neat, that heroes can be flawed, and that sometimes the line between right and wrong is shaped by where you stand. This wasn't just a crime story. It was a story about America during the Great Depression, about power, isolation, and survival. And like many stories from history, it ends without easy answers, only echoes. still carried by the river.